Hey everybody, it's Christine here for Gluten Is Gone, and today I'm just going to give you guys some tips for some things to think about when you first get diagnosed. First off, I'm sure you've probably been through a lot up until this point, and congratulations for finally figuring out what's wrong. But I'm sorry, it's celiac disease. It's going to be tough. But I'll share some things that hopefully will help you guys out that I kind of learned the hard way. First off, gluten is in pretty much everything. You will be shocked to find out all of the things it's in. Things like Rice Krispies even have gluten in them. So it's very sneaky, and you're going to learn that you have to think about it all the time. There's really never an easy, safe thing. Gluten is a protein, so it will never be listed as an ingredient, which just makes it so fun. But it's going to be in anything with a wheat, barley, or rye. And for most purposes, oats. Oats themselves are gluten-free, but they're typically grown in fields that have also grown wheat and are processed in facilities with wheat. And unless oats are grown to be gluten-free, they will have gluten, have wheat in with them. So you can pretty much count those out too. You're just going to have to really start thinking about all of your foods you're eating. I really recommend you go online, look at celiacs.org or a bunch of the other celiacs websites, look at Wikipedia, whatever you want to do. Really find out about what it is, what kind of foods it's in, because it's in a lot of stuff, and it's going to be super overwhelming at first, and I guarantee you at least the first month you're going to eat about a quarter of the things you eat will still have gluten in them, and you just won't have realized it. I did that for a long time. I was like, oh great, I'll just eat sushi and have soy sauce. Yeah, guess what? Soy sauce has wheat in it. It's like the #1 ingredient. And you're going to find a lot of things that are like that you wouldn't expect. It sucks. Don't listen to other people when you get diagnosed and they'll be like, oh, well, that won't be that bad. Oh, no, I see things with that label. Yeah, no, they're freaking liars, and they've never tried it, and it sucks. It's hard. You have to think about it all the time, and you're going to get really cranky about it. I do. But, at least you'll be healthy, and you won't be sick all the time. So there's the positive. You really do have to think about everything. A few things that are really sneaky that have it: soy sauce, salad dressings, a lot of candies, which, I mean, candies are not really a food group. A lot of seasonings, particularly cheap seasonings. So that's kind of something to keep in mind. Obviously, anything with flour or anything like that is going to have it. And you would be surprised. It's going to kick out a lot of food groups. One tip, don't make the mistake I did where I was like, oh, well, all the things I love, I don't have gluten in them, but I'll just make the gluten-free version. It'll be fine. Yeah, no, they're going to suck, so don't bother. Don't go out and buy gluten-free cupcake mix or muffin mix or bread mix or pasta right away, because it's going to suck. It's not going to be as good as the wheat version. And it's just going to get you angry and more frustrated. Wait a while until you're more removed from the original, the wheat, and then they'll taste pretty good. When I got started, I was like, oh, I started making all these gluten-free things that weren't meant to be gluten-free, and that I thought they were all terrible, and I got really mad and upset. Now when I eat them, I think they're delicious. But I'm far enough removed from the original, I don't remember how much better it was. The texture is just going to be wrong. So I don't recommend doing that. Look for foods that are naturally gluten-free. A lot of Mexican dishes you can look to, they use corn a lot instead of flour. So Mexican food is a good option. A lot of Thai, Chinese, a lot of the Asian foods. are good options because they use rice and rice noodles as the base. And it's hard a lot of times to get full feeling when you're gluten free because you don't have that heavy starchy thing to really fill you up. So if you look to those things, it really does help. Just beware again of the soy sauce. You can get gluten free version of that. Again, don't try it right away. Um, and it's going to take a while to get used to thinking about food and what's in something all the time. It'll be hard. Start simple, build from there. Dairy products are gluten free, so keep that in mind. Milk is a really good option for your protein if you get bored of plain grilled meat, and you will. Um, and I eat a lot of cereal. I eat a lot of Chex brand cereal. That's a real staple in my diet because it's easy, it's simple, it's inexpensive. The dairy is a good protein. You are going to find that on your gluten-free diet, your budget for groceries is going to have to go up significantly. You're going to use a lot more fresh ingredients, and it's a lot more expensive. So I will warn you about that as well. Don't eat out right away. It's very frustrating and confusing, and you've really got to know what you're talking about to order successfully out gluten-free. And check out my other videos, they'll help too, and I hope this helps everybody, and you're not in it alone, we're in this together, and until next time.